In today's video, I'm going to help you compare Hostinger plans and find the right one for you. If you've looked at Hostinger's pricing page before, you've probably noticed that there isn't just one simple hosting option. There are several different products, and at first glance, they can feel like they overlap, but they actually serve very different purposes. Some are for regular websites, some are for AI built websites, some are for developers who need server control, and some are for things like business email or email campaigns. So rather than just reading feature lists, I want to make this practical. I'm going to walk you through Hostinger's 6 main offerings, explain what each one is actually meant to do, who it makes sense for, and which specific option is the best fit, depending on the kind of person you are and what you're trying to build. If you want to follow along, you can go to hostinger.com, click on pricing, and you'll see the 6 main categories: websites, vibe coding, VPS hosting, AI automations, business email, and email marketing. Let's go through them one by one. The first option is websites, and for most people, this is the starting point. This is Hostinger's standard web hosting product. It's designed for normal websites and blogs, especially if you want to build with WordPress, create a portfolio, run a business site, or even set up a simple online store without managing a server yourself. This is the right choice if you're a beginner, a small business owner, a freelancer, or really anyone who just wants a website online without dealing with technical infrastructure. If your goal is, I need a site, and you're not specifically looking for server level control or an AI agent setup, this is probably the category you want. Within websites, there are a few different tiers, and the best one depends on how serious the project is and how much room you want to grow. Premium is the entry point. This makes the most sense if you're launching your first site and only need 1 or 2 websites. It's for the person who wants something simple and affordable and doesn't expect huge traffic right away. Business is the one that stands out for most people. It's really the sweet spot. If you want better performance, daily backups, and enough flexibility to grow without immediately needing to upgrade, this is the plan that gives the best balance of value and power. For most viewers comparing Hostinger plans, this is the default recommendation because it covers the needs of the average serious website owner without pushing into overkill. Then there's Cloud Startup. This one is more for people expecting meaningful traffic, or for someone running multiple busier sites that need more power. It also includes a dedicated IP, so it's a step up for users with heavier needs. And if you build websites for clients rather than just yourself, there's also an agency option, which is geared toward managing client sites with access sharing and an unbranded dashboard. So the easiest way to think about the websites category is this. If you're not sure what hosting product you need, this is probably the one, and business is probably the tier to start with. The next option is Vibe Coding. This is Hostinger's AI website builder, and it's a very different experience from traditional hosting. Instead of setting up WordPress or designing pages manually, you describe what you want in plain language, and the AI builds the site for you. This is best for people who care most about speed and simplicity. If you have no design experience, no coding experience, and you'd rather explain your idea to AI than drag and drop page elements around yourself, this is the product that fits. It's especially useful for solopreneurs, creators, and people testing a business idea who want to get something live quickly. The right vibe coding tier mostly comes down to how much you plan to use it. Free is exactly what it sounds like, a way to test it out and see what the AI can create. If you're curious but not committed yet, this is the logical place to begin. Explorer is better if you're building one genuine project and want useful features like SEO and user accounts. It's for someone moving beyond experimentation and into an actual live website. Starter is the best value for most people in this category. If you're launching something real, especially something you plan to sell from, this is the strongest fit because it opens up more serious capabilities, like up to 25 sites, products, subscriptions, and analytics. That makes it much more suitable for someone using the builder as part of a business, rather than just as a test. Hobbyist is more niche. That's for a power user managing lots of projects who wants extras like a code editor and reusable templates. So, unless you're juggling many builds and want more control inside this AI workflow, most people won't need to go that far. The key factor with vibe coding is AI credits. If you expect to generate, tweak, and rebuild a lot, you'll want a higher tier. If you just want to create one site quickly, the lower tiers are more than enough. Next is VPS hosting. VPS stands for Virtual Private Server, and this is where things become more technical. Unlike standard website hosting, a VPS gives you dedicated resources and full root access. That means you're managing your own server environment rather than using a beginner-friendly shared hosting setup. This is the right option if you're a developer, if you run a resource-heavy application, if you need to install custom software, or if you've already outgrown shared hosting and need more power and flexibility. It is not the right option for someone who simply wants to start a website with as little hassle as possible. Hostinger's VPS plans are structured around KVM tiers, and the difference between them is mainly capacity. KVM 1 is a good fit for a small app or a lighter project. If your needs are still modest, there's no reason to pay for more than that. KVM 2 is the more common default choice because it provides enough CPU and RAM for many real-world applications. For a lot of developers and technical users, this is the sensible middle ground. Then you move into KVM 4 and KVM 8 as your app grows and needs more cores, memory, and storage. All of these tiers use AMD EPIC processors, NVMe storage, and weekly backups. So the real decision is not about feature differences as much as matching the power level to your workload. In simple terms, VPS hosting is all about control and capacity. If that matters more to you than convenience, this is the category to look at. After that, there's AI automations. This is one of Hostinger's more specialized offerings. It's built for hosting AI agents and automation tools in pre-configured environments, including tools like OpenClaw, Hermes Agent, and N8N. This is not for general website owners. If you're not already building or running AI workflows, you can probably ignore this entire category. But if you are in that world, this can save you from setting everything up from scratch. The main decision here is between managed and VPS. A managed plan is the better fit if you want the easiest experience possible. It's for the person who wants the environment ready to go with minimal setup and maintenance. You still get CLI access and built-in integrations, but the appeal is that it works out of the box. The VPS version is for someone who wants full root access and complete control over the environment. So if you're the type who likes to customize everything and tinker with the setup, that's the version to choose. So the rule here is very simple. Managed if you want convenience, VPS if you want control. The fifth offering is business email. This gives you professional email on your own domain. So instead of using a generic Gmail address, you can use something like you@yourcompany.com. This is ideal for businesses, freelancers, and anyone who wants to look more established and trustworthy. Even if your website is simple, a domain-based email makes a big difference in how professional your brand feels. There are two directions you can go here. The first is Hostinger's own business email. This is best if you want affordable, straightforward professional email without paying for a bigger software ecosystem. It starts very cheap, and the standard tier is the popular choice because it gives you more storage and AI reply tools. This path is best for someone who mainly wants a clean business inbox and wants to keep costs down. The second option is Google Workspace. This is for people who want more than just email. If your team uses Gmail, Docs, Meet, and Drive regularly, then you're paying not just for an inbox, but for the full Google ecosystem. It costs more, but it makes sense if your workflow already depends on those tools every day. So if you just need domain email on a budget, Hostinger's email is the better fit. If email is part of a broader Google-based work setup, Google Workspace makes more sense. The final offering is email marketing. This is Hostinger's tool for sending newsletters, promotions, and automated email sequences to a subscriber list. So this is not inbox hosting like business email. This is for marketing communication. It's a good fit for creators, store owners, and businesses building an audience. If you want to send welcome emails, scheduled campaigns, promotions, or abandoned cart follow-ups without using a separate platform, this is the product you'd look at. Pricing here works differently because it scales based on how many recipients you're emailing. There's also a free option for smaller lists, up to 100 recipients, which is perfect if you're just getting started and want to experiment without paying right away. Once you start sending regularly, moving to a paid term makes more sense. And if you know you'll stick with email marketing long term, longer commitments lower the monthly cost. So the best choice here really comes down to list size and commitment. A small list can stay on free to begin with, but a growing business that's sending consistent campaigns will benefit more from a paid term with the better rate. It also includes things like AI email templates, campaign scheduling, and audience segmentation, which makes it useful for ongoing marketing rather than one-off announcements. So if you step back and look at all 6 offerings together, the easiest way to decide is by starting with your actual goal. If you want a normal website, choose websites. If you want AI to build the website for you, choose Vibe Coding. If you need server level power and control, choose VPS hosting. If you're running AI agents, look at AI automations. If you need a professional inbox, go with business email. And if you want to send campaigns to a subscriber list, that's email marketing. For most people, though, the answer is still pretty straightforward. If you're building a website and you want the safest, most flexible starting point, Hostinger's standard websites hosting is the best place to begin. And the business tier is the most balanced choice for the majority of users. And that's a full breakdown of Hostinger's plans and who each one is for. Once you've picked the plan that fits you, that's where the real fun begins. And this channel is packed with step-by-step tutorials to help you set everything up, from creating your account to getting your first site live. So take a look around and dive into whichever guide matches what you're working on next. And if there's something you want to learn that I haven't covered yet, drop it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to make a tutorial on it. If this video helped you make a decision, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the guides coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.